And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Americus, Georgia, non-conference softball action. The visiting Golden Rams from Albany State University in town to take on your Georgia Southwestern State University Lady Hurricanes. Take a quick look at today's matchup. The Golden Rams coming in with an overall record of 10 and 13 this season, but they've been red hot of late, winners of 7 straight games. So Albany State 10 and 13 overall. Georgia Southwestern a mark of 10 and 15 this season, looking to get on track here. A little break from Peach Belt Conference play before they'll jump right back in. This the second meeting between the two schools. They met up in Albany back on February 21st. So we'll introduce you to the players as we go along, leading things off for Albany State center fielder, number 23, Jade Williams. So Jade Williams will get the party started here this afternoon. Turned out to be a pretty nice day for softball. A little breezy. You can see the flag blowing around a little bit, picking up at times to be pretty strong, so a good breeze, but a few scattered white fluffy clouds, otherwise some blue skies and sunshine here in Americus. Happy to have our GSW pep band making a visit. First time that they've been playing at an outdoor sporting event. After reuniting here, after an extended break. Been a decade or two since we've had a pep band. If may even go farther back than that if records don't indicate, but it's been a long time coming, and Chris Walker's put together a band this year, a little pep band, and they're getting started, and they're just getting underway and adding some music to their repertoire. They played at basketball, and now they're out here for a spring sporting event, so we're glad to have the pep band here. First batter grounded out to the shortstop, Haley Tierce. Good start for the Lady Hurricanes. We'll introduce you to the GSW starting pitcher here in just a moment. 0-1 the count. Chopped up in the air to the third baseman, Burton. She'll throw over to first base. 2 up, 2 down for the Golden Rams here in the first inning. Batting third, the catcher number 6, Brianna Murillo. So Murillo will come in. She is leading the Golden Rams this spring with an impressive .493 batting average. So not an easy out here coming up for starting pitcher Shannon Gibson. Shannon Gibson, the starting pitcher for Georgia Southwestern this afternoon, game 1 of our doubleheader. Gibson, the ace of the Lady Hurricanes pitching staff here from 2018, as she rocks back and fires. That one just misses. 1-1. Gibson is making her 10th start. She's appeared in 11 games, 10th start of the spring. She's thrown 5 complete games, which leads the Lady Hurricanes. 42 innings pitched, 42 hits, 21 earned runs, 14 walks, 21 strikeouts, a 3-5 record. Opponents are batting .273 against Shannon. Fouled off, evens up the count at 2-2. Opponents batting .273 against Gibson, and she has a 3.5 earned run average. A 1-2-3 inning in the first. And Lady Hurricanes off to a good start defensively. They'll head to the dugout, grab the sticks for the first time this afternoon when we return. Lady Canes Field here in Americus, just underway. Barlow, Dean, and Kersey going to start things off when we return. Hang with us here on the Surge Sports Network. So leading things off this afternoon for Georgia Southwestern, catcher number 4, Michaela Barlow. Barlow leads the team with a .329 batting average this spring. .329 batting average, 23 hits, 9 have gone for extra bases. She has 7 doubles, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. She's walked a team high 21 times and only struck out 12. This one, opposite field pop-up. It'll be the left fielder moving over and just inside the line in fair territory. Making the grab is Russell. Demisha Russell retires, squeezes the glove and retires Barlow. Batting second, left fielder number 16, Ansley Dean. That one's going to stay upstairs to put the count at 2-0. Ansley Dean, so batting .286, making her 16th start. The Lady Hurricanes again. This is game number 26. Inside corner for a strike. Ten hits, a couple of doubles. Those are her 2 extra base hits. Been walked 3 times, struck out 7. Ansley Dean also a pitcher on the Lady Hurricane staff. Perhaps we'll see her a little bit later this afternoon. Speaking of pitchers, starting hurler for Albany State today is Lauren Lowry. Number 12, Lauren Lowry. Let's get you a little bit of information on Miss Lowry as this one's bounces to the shortstop, has plenty of time to throw on to first, and it's 2 up, 2 down for the Lady Hurricanes. Defensively, that's Jordan Baranello over at short for the Golden Rams. Batting third, first baseman, number 20, Lauren Kersey. So, Lauren Kersey at the plate, Lauren Lowry inside the circle. Lowry making her 11th start of the spring. On the rubber for the Golden Rams, 12 appearances overall. She has 6 complete games, 57 1/3 innings, which ranks second on the team. 57 1/3 innings, 96 hits, 52 earned runs, 11 walks, 20 strikeouts. Opponents batting .356 against Lowry. This one back up the middle, good hands. She catches that scorching line drive. Lowry to finish that off, 3-7 record, 6.35 ERA. But she comes out of the first inning clean. Both pitchers go 1, 2, 3. And we're quickly on to the second inning here from Lady Canes Field. You're watching Georgia Southwestern State University softball on the Surge Sports Network. So Lavette Tucker, first pitch swinging through the hole on the left side, and there's your first hit of the ball game. Lavette Tucker, the third baseman for the Lady Rams, gets things rolling here in the second. Again, first hit of the ball game for either side. We get to the number 5 hitter in the lineup. First baseman number 22, Jayla Stewart. And again, fans, if you're tuning in and you'd like to have the stats and figures there right in front of you, real-time data, well, then you can just click on the live stats link that's there in the description of today's video. First pitch misses the mark. In the description of today's video on our YouTube channel, it's got a link to live stats. Now, take note, there is a different live stats link for Game 1 versus Game 2. So you will have to close that window. Good bunt down. Throw from Burton is on the mark, however, and the sacrifice is executed on a good bunt from from Stewart, rather. That'll get us to the designated player for Albany State. Designated player number 21, Aaron McGowan. Oh, never. First pitch to McGowan up top, upstairs for a ball. So the Lady Rams rather have a runner in scoring position. With one away in the inning. That pitch inside, ball 2. The number 6 hitter in the lineup. McGowan, a junior from Hazelhurst, Georgia. Came over and made the transition from Darton State to Albany State. Now in their second season consolidated together. Darton State, formerly a 2-year school in Albany. Board of Regents consolidated them into one, the 4-year program being in Albany State. Swing and a miss, but she did not get a piece of it, so the runner will be able to advance on the pass ball. I don't think that one got in the dirt. No. Yeah, pass ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But the runner is over at third now for Albany State. Chance for McGowan to knock in a run here and give the Lady Rams first blood. The check swing off the end of the bat will keep the count at 2-2. Is it 2-2? Yep. McGowan batting .333 this spring. Popped up foul territory. Will stay in play. Now it drifts back into fair. Drifts back into fair territory, and second baseman Grayson Sanders curls around and makes the grab. Runner stays put at third, so there'll be 2 outs in the inning. The Lady Rams get to their number 7 hitter. Second baseman number 9. Mikia Harris. Freshman from Cochran, Georgia. Bleckley County product. Tries to step out. The ref doesn't give her time, however. Gibson goes ahead with the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. I mentioned these two teams met in Albany. Fouled off. Behind home plate, out of play. Back on February 21st. GSW able to get the sweep. But it was kind of the tale of 2 ball games. Lady Canes win the opener 13-0. And then squeeze by to wrap things up with a 2-1 win. So 13-0 and 2-1. Earlier this season, the 13-0 game was called after 5 innings. And again, the 2-1 in the nightcap. GSW needed 2 runs in the 7th. This one through the hole, RBI single. And the Lady Rams rather, strike first. Albany State. Couple of hits here in the second inning and the first run of the ball game. The number 8 hitter steps in for Albany State. Swing and a miss, good cut. It's going to be the pitcher. At the plate is the pitcher, number 12, Lauren Lowry. So an RBI single for Harris. That one fouled back. Harris entered the day batting .305. That's RBI number 14 of the spring for the freshman. And that'll put her into a 3-way tie for third on the Lady Rams roster. But again, the game 2 in Albany, it took 2 runs in the 7th. GSW only finished the game with 2 hits. Infield single, runners are at first and second. Third hit of the inning for Albany State, runners at first and second with 2 away. So we get to the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Right fielder, number 8, Demisha Russell. Russell, a senior from Thomaston, Georgia. Upson Lee, product of Upson Lee as she comes up. Here to face Gibson, inside for a ball. The 2 losses to Georgia Southwestern back in February kind of sandwiched, or was right in the middle of a 4-game losing skid. They lost the second game of a doubleheader to Emmanuel, then the 2 against GSW, then the first game against Point 2 days later. Squeezed in a win in the second game of the Point doubleheader. Lost a pair to Nova Southeastern, and from then on, that doubleheader was on March 6th against Nova Southeastern. From that point forward, though, it was all W's. Getting up until today's action, all W's for Albany State, rather. As I mentioned, they have won 7 games in a row, and they're red hot coming into Americus here this afternoon. 3 balls and 1 strike, the count. Demisha Russell, the batter. The offering from Gibson, swing and a miss. Count runs full. Fouled off, she'll get another look. And she'll work herself a free pass back to the top of the order. Bases loaded for Albany State. At the plate, center fielder Jade Williams. That one in there for a strike. So this is all kind of started to snowball with 2 outs. There was a leadoff hit to start the inning from the number 4 hitter in the lineup, so she's coming not too far away from grabbing the bat and getting in the hole. But the number 4 hitter in the lineup was the leadoff batter this inning. Started it all off with a single to left field. GSW got 2 outs after that, and then now it's kind of a series of hits and a walk to load them back up. However, a 1-2 count, Gibson can get out of this with little damage if she can get Gibson to bite on one. Not that pitch. 2-2 the count. Fouled off. Count will remain 2-2. This one popped up. Ooh. Almost turned into a dangerous situation there. It looked like Tierce, the shortstop, was going to go for it, and at the last minute she was called off by center fielder Chloe Zeller. Zeller does make the grab, however, and despite all of that, 3 hits and a walk, the Lady Hurricanes only trail by a run. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd inning here in Americus, Lady Canes Field. Albany State 1, Georgia Southwestern yet to score. We'll be back in a moment right here on the Surge Sports Network. Shortstop Haley Tierce leads things off for the Lady Hurricanes in the 2nd inning. GSW in the 1st went 1-2-3. Hard hit ball. That ball's high. That ball's deep. That ball is gone. Haley Tierce, ladies and gentlemen, touch them all. She'll make her way around. This game is tied. She has that ability, folks, and she delivered right there for Haley Tierce. That is home run number 8 of the season. She leads the Lady Canes and now has RBI number 28 as well. So there you go. One swing of the bat, and this one's all tied up. Lady Canes get their first hit of the game. And it's a big one. Home run to almost dead center field off the bat of Tierce. The pitcher, number 14, Shannon Gibson. Tierce has started to warm up as of late. For Gibson, she comes in with a .328 batting average, which is 2nd on the team. It's a high fly ball. Will get over the center fielder's head. She's trailing back on the run, makes the grab, and tracks down that ball from Gibson off the bat of Gibson, the center fielder, Jade Williams, for the Lady Rams. 1 out. Another dangerous hitter coming up. Right fielder number 23, Elizabeth Wills. Inside pitch, doesn't get the call, ball 1. Trying to bring it across the inside black, and that one apparently a little too tight inside. 1-0 to Wills. Pulls that one foul. One ball, 2 strikes. The count to Wills. Outside, 2-2. Wills batting .294 this spring. 20 hits, a couple of doubles, 5 home runs. Second on the team behind Tierce. 13 RBIs. 5 walks, 18 strikeouts, which does lead the Lady Hurricanes. So Wills digs in. She'll get a 2-2 pitch. That one sails high. Full count. Wind really picking up. Those flags are just pull foul. Does it want to rip right off the rope, holding them up on the pole. Good gusts coming here in Americus when that thing kicks in. Again, some scattered. This one up in the air. Wind may help with it. It goes off the glove of the left fielder and rolls down into the corner. Wills will hold up, put the brakes on at second. As an error will be charged to the left fielder. That one right off her glove. Tip of her glove anyway. The left fielder is number 1, Kiana Dawson. So tough. I think the wind is pushing that one away from her as it's kind of blowing towards the corner. Hard breeze. But one that she probably still should have been able to track down, and off the glove it goes and into the corner. Wills ends up at second base. Lady Hurricanes with another run of potential scoring position. Outside pitch. Saved from hitting the backstop. The batter, third baseman number 1, Cassidy Burton. One ball, no strikes. Outside, runs the count to 2-0. 75 degrees in Americus. 75 and partly cloudy. The winds right now are coming out of the west at 20 miles an hour. West winds at 20 miles an hour. Low ball to Burton, so she'll draw a walk. And Lady Hurricanes have 2 runners aboard. Now batting the designated player, number 17, Kaylin Church. So Kaylin Church gets a chance to step into the box. This her first start. First start of 2018. She's appeared in 5 games. 4 registered at bats, 1 hit, and it was a double, a 2-run double. This time it'll be a soft liner to short. For the second out of the inning. Lady Hurricanes at the number 9 spot in the batting order. Center fielder number 7, Chloe Zeller. Well, the Lady Rams left 3 runners on in the top half of the inning. Georgia Southwestern threatening to leave at least 2 on in this frame. Unless Zeller can come up with something, find a way to get on base. Chloe has started all 26 games for the Lady Hurricanes this spring. She has 11 hits, none yet for extra bases. 11 hits, 5 RBIs, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a 167 batting average. So with only 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, it's safe to say that Zeller puts the ball in play anyway, and this time she does the same, but it's a ground ball to the second baseman. Throws over to first for the final out of the inning, and in fact, the Lady Canes do leave 2 runners on, but the score is all tied up. 2 runs in the books here from Lady Canes Field. 1-1 your score. We'll be back in a moment for the 3rd inning. Thanks for tuning in here on the Surge Sports Network. Leading off the 3rd inning for Albany State, shortstop Jordan Baranillo. First time up, grounded out to the 3rd baseman. The number 2 hitter in the lineup here for head coach Amber Barker. Off-speed pitch doesn't bite. Stays down in the zone, and the count will go to 2-1. Assistant coach for Albany State is Harley Roller. Good start for Albany State in the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. They are an undefeated 7-0 in conference play. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Gibson, her first of the afternoon. Now batting the catcher, Brianna Murillo. Off the end of the bat to the center fielder, Zeller. On the move, falls out of her glove, and the runner will stay put at first base. Zeller had it and then lost it as it fell out of her glove as she was kind of bringing the other hand over. Too much, I think. So good power from Murillo to slice that one through the wind into center field, and going back again was Zeller. But it will be the Lady Hurricanes' first error of the ball game. Tough conditions out there for, as we've seen, both outfielders or both teams out. An outfielder from both teams there will get it out. Having trouble with a fly ball here this afternoon. 0-2 now, the count to the number 3 hitter in the lineup. Oh, excuse me, the number 4 hitter in the lineup, who is number 3. This could be 2. Touching the bag for 1. Over to first, not in time. So Tears has to kind of wait for that one to come to her a little bit so she can get over to the bag in time. Plenty of time to get the lead runner, but the throw is a little late, so a fielder's choice for Lavette Tucker, the batter from Albany State. Now batting is the first baseman, Jayla Stewart. Two outs in the inning. Stewart laid down a sacrifice bunt her first time up. Stewart is a .381 hitter, ranks 3rd on the Albany State roster. Started about half the games so far this season for ASU. Ooh, off speed. Does she offer? They'll check down at first. Yes, she did. .381 hitter. 16 hits, 6 of which have gone for extra bases. 3 doubles. 3 home runs. 14 RBIs. Walked once, struck out 3 times so far this season, and now she's down in the count 1-2. Stays alive as she gets a piece of that one. One clips the GSW catcher Michaela Barlow as well. So everybody heads back to their positions, and we're ready for a 1-2 offering from Shannon Gibson. Didn't offer at that one, however, stays outside. 2-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Second strikeout of the inning for Shannon Gibson. Started the inning off with a strikeout, ended the inning with a strikeout. Lady Hurricanes will look to take their first lead of the afternoon when we return. 1-1 the score. Bottom of the third inning coming up from Lady Canes Field. We appreciate you being here with us today and our GSW Pep Band entertaining the folks in attendance. A song or two between innings here. Just a reminder, our next broadcast on the Surge Sports Network right here on our YouTube station comes tomorrow afternoon. The Hurricanes baseball team in action, taking on another regional foe in non-conference play. This time they'll bring in the Knights from Middle Georgia State University. Middle Georgia State in town for a 5 o'clock non-conference game tomorrow afternoon right here on YouTube, our flagship station for the Surge Sports Network. Leading off the home half of the third inning, catcher Michaela Barlow. Lady Hurricanes go back to the top of the order to open up the third inning. Barlow flew out to the left fielder. Her first time up. First pitch misses for a ball. That one in the zone. Strike. 1-1. Two-one pitch back up the middle, off the glove of the pitcher Lowry. She'll have time to throw over to first and just get Peanut Barlow on the play. Left fielder Ansley Dean. Actually, I could do it now. And once again, how about one final round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the GSW Pep Band. Thanks for being out here today. Yeah, we're good. So a couple of foul balls from Ansley Dean. Dean grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning. Looks like that may be her path again. Another ground ball. Another play made by the shortstop for the Lady Rams. Jordan Baranello staying busy when Ansley Dean is up at the plate here in the game one. 2 up, 2 down in the third. Number 3 hitter in the lineup, first baseman Lauren Kersey. She lined out to the pitcher to end the first inning. Kersey comes in. 5'9" freshman from LaGrange, Georgia, and LaGrange High School. Kersey's off to a pretty good start for a freshman campaign, batting .320, which ranks third on the team. She does have 4 home runs. Fly ball to right field, moving in and out of the glove of the right fielder. Man, 3 errors in the ball game, and all have been by drop balls in the outfield. This time it's the right fielder for Albany State. Demisha Russell, who's unable to keep that one in the mitt. But with 2 outs, the Lady Rams could still come out of this clean. E9 in that one. This one fouled out. Fouled out of play. Oop, not out of play. Fouled for an out, rather. The final out of the inning. So Tierce makes the final out. The error does no damage in the inning. And the ball game remains tied. 1-1 your score. Albany State has 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors so far. Georgia Southwestern 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error in the ball game. We'll be back for the 4th in just a moment. One-0 pitch to McGowan upstairs, but a big cut as she goes up after it. Can connect. Evens the count at 1-1. McGowan, the designated player here in game 1 for Albany State. She popped up to the second baseman, Grayson Sanders, her first time up. Swing and a miss. Athletic Director Mike Leader joining us in the booth. As the day goes on here from Lady Cane Field, off speed, won't bite for it. Follow us on Twitter if you're not already doing so. Hallie Turner taking care of our tweets today. GSW Athletics is where you can find us on Twitter. GSW Athletics, swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout. Third strikeout of the ball game. Third strikeout in the last 5 batters for Shannon Gibson. 1 away. The second baseman, Makia Harris, now batting. High pop-up. Moving over in foul territory, in and out of the glove of Ansley Dean. So nothing at the moment, but we'll see if that'll hold up if she gets on base as a result. Dean, again, had it in her glove, and it popped out right before she ran into the fence. We've seen that happen to both teams now, this being the first time it happened in foul territory. Oh, way out in front, and she pulled the string on that one. Had her fooled. Gibson with a good pitch out in front. 0-2. GSW Athletics is where, again, you can find us on Twitter, as well as this YouTube station you're watching today. Swing and a miss, another strikeout, so no damage done on the fouled drop ball in left field. That's 3 strikeouts in a row for Gibson. We get to the number 8 hitter in the lineup. It's going to be the pitcher, Lauren Lowry. At the plate, the pitcher, Lauren Lowry. Lowry singled to short her first time up. GSW Athletic Department also can be found on Facebook and Instagram. Those two accounts, you can find us on those two accounts by looking up GSW Hurricanes, Facebook and Instagram. Foul back, out of play. GSW Hurricanes again on Facebook and Instagram. Keeler McJunkin also your official, as always, your official scorer. Keeping that live stats feed rolling here today for us. 2-1 pitch. Misses the mark, 3-1. Keeler also handling the in-game music now that the pep band has completed their performances for the day. Surprised we didn't see sheet music blowing all over the concourse behind home plate. Full count. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. And how about that for Gibson, another strikeout. That's strikeout in a row, number 4. She struck out the side here in the 4th. So Shannon Gibson rolling. Lady Hurricanes got to get her a little support on the offensive end. They'll grab the bats and step in for the bottom half of the 4th inning when we come back to Lady Canes Field here in Americus. Albany State and GSW all tied up at 1. Pitcher Shannon Gibson. Leading things off for the Lady Hurricanes. Ripped down the line, but right to the third baseman. Makes the bang-bang play. Heads up play over there. Heads up play by Lavette Tucker at third base on that hard hit ball from Gibson. So 1 away for the Lady Hurricanes in the 4th. At the plate, right fielder Elizabeth Wills. First pitch swinging. They're going to try to get her at first base. Not quite in time. That ball hit into right field. Found a hole on the right side, and Wills quick enough to get down the bag before they can throw her out at first base. A single. Lady Canes get their second hit of the ball game. Third baseman Cassidy Burton. Burton reached base by way of a walk in the second inning. The number 7 hitter in the lineup for Georgia Southwestern here in game 1. 1-1 count to Burton. Off speed, she waits for it. One hopper, hard hit ball to the shortstop. They'll look to turn 2. No chance as Burton is there in plenty of time. But she does hit into the second out of the inning for the Lady Hurricanes. So Burton over at first off of fielder's choice. Wills out at second on the force. Center fielder Chloe. Oh, I'm sorry. Designated player Caitlin Church first. Designated player Caitlin Church. Two outs in the inning. This one will be hit foul. Pulled just inside or just outside the line, however you want to look at it. To even up the count at 1-1. Caitlin Church. Bats left, throws right, a 5'7" junior from Columbus, Georgia. Transferred in from Chattahoochee Valley Community College. 2-1 offering. Church pulls this one foul. Turned on that one even a little bit more than the first strike of the at-bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Church hit a soft line drive to the shortstop, her first time up back in the 2nd inning. This one moves. Second baseman will have to go to her right. They got a chance to get Burton, who's going to dive back in safely. I think that'll be a base hit for Zeller, or excuse me, for Church. Zeller's up now. The number 9 hitter gets us to Miss Zeller. So a base hit for Caitlin Church. Center fielder Chloe Zeller. First pitch swinging, foul. 2 outs in the inning. Lady Hurricanes finally matching Albany State with 3 hits in the ball game. That ground ball from Church kind of hit hard up the middle towards second base. The second baseman actually looked like she was trying to kind of get caught in between, if whether she had to turn her glove over or she tried to kind of reach and keep it still open. Hit off of the glove and bounced behind second base. And Burton, who had rounded the base aggressively, had to dive back in. But an 0-2 count now to Zeller. Again, as we saw in the first at-bat, Chloe tends to put the ball in play one way or the other. She's not taking the walk. She's not striking out. Limited number of both this season for the freshman that started all 26 games now for the Lady Hurricanes. She'll fight to stay alive in this count, 1-2 with the 2 away. She'll reach for this one, a soft bouncing ball back to the pitcher. Lowry over to first to end the inning. So second ground out of the game for Zeller. This one by means of a 1-3 put out to end the inning. So that'll do it for the Lady Canes in the 4th. GSW with 2 hits in the inning, but no runs to show for it. After 4 innings in game 1, Albany State 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors. Georgia Southwestern 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error. GSW will be back to the top of the order when they get up in the 5th. But first, Albany State takes to the plate. Coming up in the 5th for ASU, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. We got Russell, Williams, and Baranello when we return. Demisha Russell leads things off for Albany State in the 5th inning. First pitch, the bunt, as you saw, foul back. Second pitch, swing and a miss, and that gets us to where we're at, 0-2 the count. Russell has to take time. Looks like perhaps some dust or a sneeze, rather, from the springtime pollen here, perhaps. In southwest Georgia, that one misses the mark, 1-2. Demisha, a 206 batting average. 206. She's making her 19th start of the spring. 1 home run, 5 RBIs. She's walked 8 times, struck out 10. The 10 strikeouts coming into play today leads the team. And again, a 206 batting average for Russell. Chopped into the dirt. Gets a piece of it to stay alive at 2-2. Russell walked back in the 2nd inning. That was her only other time up here so far this afternoon. Two-two pitch. She still gets a piece of it and enough to stay alive. So a good at bat so far for Russell to hang in there. Count goes full. Albany State roster as it takes shape. Again, in its 2nd season, having under new leadership and being a part of and consolidated with Darton State College, which was also there right there in Albany, just the other side of town. In fact, Albany State now plays their athletic home events as far as baseball, softball, basketball, in facilities on what was formerly the Darton State campus. I believe it's the West Campus now over in Albany. Full count, ground ball. This could be trouble. Under Burton's glove, but to Tears, throw won't get there in time as she was deep in the hole. So that one found just the right spot for an infield single for Russell. Back to the top of the order. Center fielder Jade Williams. Williams 0 for 2. Grounded out to short in the 1st. Popped, or I guess you could say popped up to center. It was actually a play made by Zeller just on the grass, just beyond the dirt of the infield in shallow center field. Her 2nd time up. Leadoff runner aboard for the Lady Rams. A couple of bunt attempts missing the mark, and Williams will fall behind 0-2. Williams, a native of Tallahassee, Florida. She also came over from Darton State. The throw down to second, stolen base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one a little off, runner going, and the stolen base. Stolen base for Russell, for Demisha Russell. Let's see if she's got one this year. Nope. First stolen base. First stolen base of the season. The batter Williams is actually the leader in that category. Diving effort. The line drive grab made by Tierce. Heads up base running to get back in time over at second. One away now for Albany State. Looks like a pinch hitter is coming up. 24. Danielle Turner. We'll announce her for everybody in attendance. Your attention, fans. Pinch hitting for Albany State, number 24, Danielle Turner. Turner, a senior, 5'4" senior, out of Conyers, Georgia. Also a Darton State transfer. First pitch misses, ball 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Darton State players comprise the Albany State, part of the Albany State roster. But this is a roster that's kind of top heavy and bottom heavy. There are no sophomores on their roster. The Lady Rams do not have a sophomore on their roster. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 freshmen. Meeting in the circle now between Barlow and Gibson just to get on the same page, as Gibson's behind 3-0 to the batter, the pinch hitter, Danielle Turner. 6 freshmen, no sophomores, as I mentioned. Four juniors. And 6 seniors. The 3-1 pitch. Misses high, ball 4. Runners on first and second. The number 3 hitter in the lineup is at the plate for Albany State. It's the catcher. At the plate is the catcher, number 6, Brianna Murillo. Brianna 0 for 2. This could be trouble. Burton will get over to third, and that's all she'll be able to do, is get the lead runner on the force out. Two outs in the inning. Third baseman, Lavette Tucker. Pulled foul, actually off the screen, the netting in front of the Georgia Southwestern dugout. Tall netting, protective netting for both benches has been put up in the off season. Usually it was just kind of like the armpit high chain link fencing that the players would lean over to watch the action. And this year Burton will stay busy as she'll get the final out of the inning on the ground ball, tags the bag, and retires the side. So nothing doing for Albany State in the 5th inning. Lady Hurricanes head on in. See what they can do. A re-entry now for Albany State to go back in. So Baranello will go back in to play short for Albany State, and GSW's at the top of the order. Big thanks. We've got Autumn and Shabrika also helping us out in the booth today. Autumn running the Game Changer. It's kind of what the softball program does, and has come in handy a couple times on the road when we haven't had live stats. At least we can offer a score update. They do that to keep their own stats and spray charts. They got the Game Changer, and she's running the scoreboard. Shabrika in charge of all those video graphics you see popping up. Thanks to her for timing that out and putting those all up and keeping an eye on the ball game. We'll be back in a moment here from Lady Canes Field. It's like we've got a Fifth inning your way when we return. Michaela Barlow leads things off for GSW in the fifth. Fly ball, fair territory, left field side, the grab made, and Barlow is 0 for 3 this afternoon. One away in the fifth for Georgia Southwestern. The batter is left fielder Ansley Dean. Dean has grounded out to short twice in the ballgame. One away here in the fifth inning. Ansley Dean, a freshman from Madison, Georgia, Morgan County High School. Georgia Southwestern seven freshmen on the Georgia Southwestern roster for first-year coach Nikki Levering. Lady Hurricanes only have one sophomore on the team, and that's the starting pitcher Shannon Gibson. Four juniors. And four seniors. So both of these teams have a wealth of freshman talent they're relying on already here in their first year of play. That's a line drive into left field. It'll get all the way to the wall. To the left field gap goes Dean. She comes in. Stand-up double with one out to open up here the fifth inning. So Dean's consistently hit it to short. This time a line drive over the shortstop and into the gap. Runner on second base for Georgia Southwestern. First baseman Lauren Kersey. Inside, ball one. Head coach is Nikki Levering, as I mentioned. Her assistant, Carol Law. A couple of volunteer assistants in Carly Gillum and Nick Spanolios. Athletic trainers for the Lady Canes, Shannon Green and Bryce Lawson. 2-0 pitch coming up. Low to Kersey. 3-0. Kersey is 0 for 2 today. Lined out to the pitcher in the first inning and reached by way of a right fielder error in the third. This one a strike, 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Hard ground ball to the shortstop. Off the short hop, she'll play it to first and get Kersey for the second out of the inning. Now batting shortstop, Haley Tierce. Tierce homered to center field to open up the second inning. Popped out foul to the first baseman in the third. Lowry, I'm sure, will be very selective in her pitches with 2 outs in the inning to Tierce. And first base open. 2 balls, no strikes. Inside pitch misses, 3-0. On deck for the Lady Hurricanes is the pitcher Shannon Gibson. She is 0 for 2 in the ball game. 3-0 pitch. Didn't miss by much, but was out of the zone, and a base on balls for Miss Tierce. Runners on first and second. Now batting the pitcher, Shannon Gibson. Gibson hit the ball hard her first time out. She flew out to center field and then lined out to third in the fourth. Gotten a couple of good rips so far on Lowry, but hasn't led to anything. That one in the dirt, ball 1. Off-speed pitch. And Gibson doesn't go after it. Two 2-0. The count to Gibson. Up in the zone. 2-0 pitch, ground ball to the shortstop. She'll flick it over to third for the force, and that'll end the inning. Lady Canes have stranded some base runners in this one. We'll get a tally for you after this half-inning break, but no runs in the fifth for GSW. 5 innings in the books. Stats looking pretty similar across the line score for both teams. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors for Albany State. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for GSW. And both teams scored their run in the second inning. We'll be back for the 6th, game 1 of our non-conference doubleheader. You're watching GSW softball right here on the Surge Sports Network. Thanks to Adidas for being the official apparel provider of Georgia Southwestern Athletics. You saw the ad from them last half inning. Adidas and Georgia Southwestern teaming up. Bring you the action on the field. We'll be back in a moment. Another strikeout for Gibson as she strikes the leadoff batter. Strikes out Jayla Stewart to open up the 6th. Designated player number 21, Erin McGowan. So Stewart has struck out twice. McGowan struck out her last time up back in the 4th. For Gibson, that's strikeout number 6 of the ball game. Both teams not faring well, obviously, if you look at the score, hasn't been that they haven't had opportunities. With runners in scoring position, Albany State is 1 for 6. And GSW 0 for 5. So neither side has been able to capitalize on run scoring opportunities here in this one. 1-1 the count. Burton has it over to first for the out. And that ends the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning for Gibson in the 6th. And the Lady Hurricanes try to break this string of scoreless innings that both teams have had since the 2nd. A 1-1 tie. Due up for the Lady Hurricanes in the 6th inning. It'll be Wills, Burton, and Church coming up to the plate. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Georgia Southwestern when we come back here on the Surge Sports Network. First pitch to Elizabeth Wills, up in the zone, ball 1. When these two teams met in Albany, off speed in there for a strike, 1-2. When these two teams met in Albany back on February 21st, it was Lowry pitching game number 2 instead of game number 1. And she controlled the Lady Canes in that one too. Fly out to right for Wills. Wills now 1 for 3 in the ball game with that fly out. Leadoff batter goes down to open up the 6th for GSW. Third baseman Cassidy Burton. Burton is 0 for 1. She walked in the 2nd, hit into a fielder's choice in the 4th inning. But Lowry has been in command of this one just like she was in game 2 earlier this season in the doubleheader between these two teams. Lowry threw first 6 innings scoreless in that one before allowing a 2-run home run to Lauren Kersey. Held the GSW to only 2 hits in that ball game. So Lowry has kind of owned the Lady Canes so far this season, and she's pitching again well here today. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th inning for GSW. The batter is going to be the designated player. Designated player, Kaylin Church. Church has 1 of the 4 hits in the ball game. She singled through the hole on the left side her last time up. Pulled a couple foul before doing so, and now this one too. A foul ball to even the count at 1-1. In the loss when Lowry gave up the 2-run home run in Albany, again 2 hits in the game, 7 innings pitched. 1 of the runs was earned. She did not walk a batter, and she struck out 2 along the way. "11 flyouts, 8 groundouts from the Lady Canes. This one slicing is going to fall inside the first base line. Good piece of hitting. How about that? There's a reason why Caitlin Church is batting today. She's 2 for 3 in the game. And that a 2-out double down the right field line. Church swinging the bat well. At the plate, center fielder Chloe Zeller. Zeller is 0 for 2. Grounded out to second in the 2nd. Grounded out to the pitcher in the 4th. Kaylin Church at second base again has 2 of the Lady Canes' 5 hits here in the opener. Chloe Zeller, a 5'1" freshman. She bats left, as you can see, throws right. Zeller, a 5'1" freshman from Flowery Branch, Georgia, and Flowery Branch High School. But that ground out to the first baseman by Zeller ends the inning. And the Lady Hurricanes cannot push a run across in the 6th. Got a heck of a game going, heck of a pitcher's duel. To the 7th inning we go, game 1 of our afternoon non-conference doubleheader here. Albany State and GSW locked up at 1. We'll be back in a moment here on the Surge Sports Network. Seventh inning we go. Leading things off. Leading off the seventh inning for Albany State. The pitcher, Lauren Lowry. Lowry gets a little piece of that one, but the count is 0-2. Lowry is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Infield single in the second inning and struck out swinging in the fourth. This one to Tierce on the move towards first. Makes the play. One away. Looks like we'll have a pinch hitter coming up for the Lady Rams. It'll be number 16, Kendall Davis. Kendall is a freshman from Powder Springs, Georgia. Your attention, fans. Pinch hitting for Albany State, number 16, Kendall Davis. So Davis steps in. Kendall Davis. This is her 11th game coming off the bench, her 11th appearance. She has registered 7 at-bats. She's 3 for 7. Puts her at a 4.29 clip so far here this spring. 1 strikeout, she hasn't walked. Bouncing foul. First base side. Oh, 0-2 pitch coming to the pinch hitter, high for a ball. Off-speed pitch, drifts inside. To Davis, a good pitch, 2-2 the count. Good eye to let it go, and good pitch from Gibson to try to get her to bite. Right back up the middle. That's her 4th hit of the season now. 4 for 8 on the year is Kendall Davis, so might be working her way into some more at-bats. Davis over at first base with 1 out. Hits in the ball game. All even now at 5 apiece. They are going to pinch run for Davis. And it'll actually be Demisha Russell re-entering in, and she'll actually be the one running over at first base. At first base running for Albany State will be number 8, Demisha Russell. At the plate is the center fielder, Jayla Stewart. So Stewart comes in, a base hit up the middle again for... What? Oh, I'm sorry. Jade. I'm sorry. My mistake. This is 23 Jade Williams. Jayla Stewart is 22. Correction at the plate, number 23, Jade Williams. So moving down to second base now, off the pitch is Russell. She's in scoring position. The wild pitch coming from Gibson. And a pitching change from head coach Nikki Levering. So Shannon Gibson did one heck of a job to get us to this point. She is going to hand the ball off to new pitcher for the Lady Hurricanes. Be back in a second to give the rundown on who it is. as we settle in for what's looking to be an exciting finish in Game 1 from Lady Canes Field. So the Lady Hurricanes, in fact, will make the pitching change. You saw her taking her warm-up tosses. For the Lady Hurricanes is number 13, Madison Messer. Messer, a 5'9" junior from Douglasville, Georgia. She transferred in from Georgia Military College. And it's her chance to shut down the Lady Rams here with one away in the 7th. 1 ball, first pitch. As the infield is drawn in, the throw not in time. I think you got to give that an error on Gibson. Took too long to get it out of her glove. Kind of looked back the runner, perhaps. Did she look back the runner too? So Shannon Gibson moves. It goes from the from pitcher over to short. Tierce will move over and slide over to take third base. At second is Burton. Looks like that kind of covers it for you. But unfortunately, Gibson takes too long to get that throw off, and the good speed gets the runner. This is going to be trouble. Line drive on the bounce. It's going to get past Zeller. A base hit. 1 run in. They're going to, they got the runner in a pickoff at second, but she gets the trot back as the throw comes from Gibson to home. They had the runner. I know they're trying to keep another run off the board, but they had the runner at second caught napping and would have had an easy out at second base, but instead the throw comes home. Too late. Runners are in, and it's chaos here in the 7th inning. Not if you're an Albany State fan, however. Now the catcher bats. At the plate is the catcher, Brianna Murillo. So they're trying to get everything squared away. Albany State with a couple runs in the inning now have a 3-1 lead. Hard ground ball to Gibson. Bounces off her chest. She's going to have trouble getting Murillo. And another runner on base. It's got to be an E. Hard hit ball to Gibson. Kind of took a last-minute hop up into the heel of her glove and into her chest, but right at her. She was waiting for it to come, and unfortunately, the bounce did her in, and Gibson's going to be charged with another error, her second of the inning. Now you. So that one popped up in the infield for the second out of the inning. Runners at first and second. The single up the middle earlier that brought in the 2 runs was in fact a base hit, but however a fielding error by Zeller allowed the runners to keep moving around the bases and bring those runners in. So we'll give the single credit where credit is due, a base hit, but then an error from Zeller in the outfield a couple batters ago is what led to the 2 runs making their way all the way around, and the batter ended up at second. This one a soft bouncer to Tierce that she can't handle cleanly. Bounces up off of her chest and into the ground, and the runners all advance and ends up at third. Bases loaded for Albany State. And GSW has fallen apart defensively in the 7th inning. 2 outs in the inning. Designated player Aaron McGowan. However, despite all of the errors in the inning, the hits in the inning, the bases being loaded, only, when I say only, it could definitely be enough to hang in there given the way that Lowry has been pitching and has been in command of the GSW batting order. But to get out of this with only 2, despite all of that happening, would be something. Not much of a positive to take away, but it'd be something considering how it's just fallen apart here in the 7th. This one is diving effort. Wills can't come up with it. It's going to be in there for a base hit. The runner will actually end up at second, so a double for McGowan. Diving effort just in fair territory. Her momentum actually took her into foul territory, but when she made the dive, the ball was in fair play, and a 2-out double from McGowan down the right field line puts the Lady Rams ahead 5-1 in this one. Now they're in command. 5-1 your lead for Albany State. Second baseman, Makia Harris. Harris is 1 for 3 with an RBI. She struck out once. Pulled, hard hit ball, foul just in front of the third base coach and head coach for the Lady Rams, Amber Barker. Scorched right in front of her, and down into the corner it goes. Now they got the ball back in play, and a 1-2 count coming up. Off speed, thought about it, but did not offer. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Harris. Ground ball, short hopped by Gibson. A good play. She'll make it. Over to first is the throw. And Albany State is finally retired. But the the Lady Rams from Albany State score 4 in the 7th and take a 5-1 lead to the bottom half of the inning. Georgia Southwestern, a whole lot of work to do from the plate. They haven't had a lot of luck against Lowry in the 2 meetings this season. We'll see if they can finally crack through here in the 7th when we return from Lady Canes Field. Well, Lowry will look to close this one out and get herself a win here against the Lady Canes. 5-1 the score in favor of ASU. Well, that pitch is up high, 1-1. Barlow is 0 for 3 this afternoon. Game 1, looking at a 1-1 count from Lowry. Ground ball, good play by the first baseman. A little flick over to second. That was a nice defensive play for the Lady Rams. 3-4, the ground out for Barlow. Left fielder Ansley Dean. Popped up. High fly ball. Looks like it'll be the center fielder making the grab, and that one almost bounced out of her glove, but she's able to look at it and see it was still in there. That was the center fielder Jade Williams. Two up, two down for Georgia Southwestern in the 7th. First baseman Lauren Kersey. 2 outs. Kersey comes up, trying to keep this ball game alive. The teams have combined for 7 errors in the opener. Unfortunately, 5 of them coming from the home team. Kersey has a 2-0 count. Just misses outside. 3-0. Kersey is 0 for 3. Her last at bat, she grounded out to the shortstop. That was back in the 5th inning. That one in the inside the top of the zone, or the waist of Kersey, and across the plate for a strike. 3-1. 3-1 pitch. That one bounces over home plate, and Kersey will have the 2-out walk. Well, Lady Hurricanes getting to the kind of the meat of their order as far as power goes. Shortstop Haley Tierce. Tierce is 1 for 2. She was walked her last time up, and that was back in the 5th inning as well. Home run in the 2nd. Pop out foul to the first baseman in the 3rd. And a walk in the 5th for Tierce has been her day so far. 1-0 pitch coming to Tierce. Fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. Now the wind kind of blowing out to center field, so if you get one up in the air, it could get out of here in a hurry. The wind swirling around. Pulled foul. 1-2. And that flag is whipping around at the moment to dead center field. Easier said than done. 1-2. That one is up in the air, but not going to have the distance. A high fly ball to center field, holding on to it and making the grab to clinch the win for Albany State was Jade Williams. So she grabs onto that one, and that will do it for game 1 of our doubleheader. Tierce with the fly out to center to end it. Quick look at your final line score in game 1. Albany State, a run in the 2nd, a run in the 2nd, 4 runs in the 7th. They finish with 5 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors in the ballgame. Georgia Southwestern scored their lone run in the second, and they finished with 1 run, 5 hits, 5 errors in our opener. Winning pitcher is Lauren Lowry. She improves to 4-7 this season. And the losing pitcher, fortunately, is going to be Shannon Gibson, because she had the runner aboard that ended up scoring the second run and what opened up to be the floodgates in the 7th. So Gibson would fall to, find her stats real quick. Shannon Gibson will drop to 3-6 this spring. We'll reset the field, re-chalk it, reline it, get ready for our nightcap here on the Surge Sports Network. We're going to go off the air here for just a moment. If you want to just leave that browser window open, I believe we'll pop right back up when we do go live. Or you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel, GSW Athletics. GSW Athletics, subscribe to our channel, and you can choose to be notified when we go back live on the air. But the broadcast will go off the air temporarily. We'll be back for Game 2 in our afternoon doubleheader, a breezy day in Americus, Georgia, Albany State University, and Georgia Southwestern State University from Lady Canes Field. Don't forget, the live stats link for Game 2 is different from the live stats link for Game 1. So if you had pulled that up, you'll have to go back out and click on the news link to get up your live stats feed and your real-time data for Game number 2 of our doubleheader. Thanks a lot for tuning in. That's it again for our opener. Albany State takes the first game of today's doubleheader by the final score of 5-1. We'll be back shortly here on our YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. You've been watching Georgia Southwestern State University softball on the Surge Sports Network.